Hello and welcome to our beginner exercises stretching for splits. So my personal preference is to do a whole bunch of lunge series. So that's what we're going to focus on today. And my lovely cat Jitsi is making her appearance, one of the bonuses of shooting at home. So we're going to jump into our lunge. You can do either your right side or left side, just make sure you do both. So take a regular lunge here, making sure the knee is over the heel. We don't want to go over, and we want to squeeze that quad and press the back of the hamstring up into the ceiling. So that really is going to activate that back leg. And pull it up into triangle stretch, really bringing that front hip backwards. So I have my left leg in front. I'm really going to pull that left hip back to square those hips off into a straight line. And we're going to pump our back heel just to get a little bit of heat into the legs, warm those muscles, make sure you are nice and warm before stretching. And we're going to drop that back knee. We're going to lift our torso up and really make sure you are squeezing your glutes. A lot of people forget to do this. And take a light back bend, stretching, arching up and over. Grab the back foot with that opposite arm, press the hips forward, so we can get a nice little quad stretch in the front. And we're going to sit back onto that back leg, again pulling that left hip backwards to keep those hips squared. And we're going to come up into a half split stretch. So again, modify as needed. Maybe you aren't so far forward. And we're going to come back up into our lunge, and we're going to turn out into a turned out lunge, pressing the hips forward and dropping down onto our elbows. This is one of my favorites. Really make sure that back leg is still strong and activated. And we're going to turn into our side lunge. So you should have your left leg bent, and now we're switching over to the right leg. To turn to the other side. So in our regular lunge, again squeezing the glutes and stretching up into our triangle stretch. If you are up higher like this, that's perfect. That is fine. No judgment. If you can get your fingertips on the floor, even better. You can shorten your stance. Wherever you are personally is perfect. Let's go ahead and pump that heel. Generate some heat and take it back down into the lunge. Come up onto the knee, abdominals in, and don't forget to squeeze your bum. Push it all the way back. Try to get your nose all the way down on your knee, but as you can see, I'm not even at that level right now. And we're going to take it back up into our lunge. Let's grab it with the opposite arm. If your sequence gets a little jumbled, that's okay. And let's go ahead and turn out that front leg, drop it down into our elbow lunge. And turn it back into our side lunge. Change to the other side. And we're going to step into a beautiful down dog. Pressing the shoulders to your ears, lengthening through the top of the head, pressing the heels down into the floor as much as you can. Nice, and go ahead and come on down and relax. Our next stretch after our lunges is going to be some split exercises on the wall. So put something nice and padded underneath your knee, and you're going to place your knee directly next to the wall as tight as you can get it. This is such a crazy good quad stretch. Make sure those hips are squared and your abdominals are lifted. So you can't see from this angle, but my heel is actually touching my bum. So I'm pressed up against the wall as much as I can be. Keeping that 90-degree angle in the front leg. Guys, this is a killer quad stretch. And you can scoot that front leg forward and gently press the hips forward. Another benefit of this is teaching you to square off in your splits, which is going to be a little bit more difficult. You can see everybody doing turned out splits, but doing a parallel one, as you can see me sliding down into my split, I'm not anywhere near the floor. So this stretch goes a lot deeper. And third time, we're going to slide down. So sliding up and down 3 times. This is my third. and sliding all the way back down into that split. You can do this repetition as needed. And you can tell by my facial expression, that was a stretching workout. So we're going to switch to the other side. Sitting up nice and tall, pressing your bum all the way back on that foot up against the wall. And you can see by my face, this is killing my quad. Such a good, it's a good pain, it's a good hurt. And we're going to scoot that heel forward, drop the pelvis, breathe and hold it there, and slide out the front leg straight, sliding down into that split as far as you can go, and slide it up 3 rounds. We're going to slide it up and down into that split, hold it for a few seconds. We're going to pull it back up and do that again. You guys have to try this one. Oh my goodness, so good. Well done. All right, let's take this pillow out of the way and move into our next stretching exercise. We're going to come down onto the floor and we're going to put our right leg in front. And we're going to put our hands on each side of the leg and we're going to make sure we are staying on our back knee. We're going to slide it down into our split, keeping our hips squared, which we just did on the wall. And as you can see, this is mine right now. It looks really bad. And remember guys, I am fairly postpartum, still recovering. But as soon as I turn it out, you can see, boom, you can go all the way down to the floor. And I'm still getting a stretch. So turn out the leg, slide it all the way down into your split if you want to, but again, work on trying to stay square before you slide down into that turned out split. So let me show you on the other side. Sliding down, completely parallel, back knee is still on the floor, pulling that left hip back to keep those hips squared. And for acro, you really want to have this parallel split. And I'm going to turn it out so I can drop all the way down. And you can stretch it forward and stretch it back. All right, guys, so that is how you can stretch for your splits. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your love and support, and you can check out all of these videos on our end screen for more stretches. Thanks, guys. Take care, and I will see you next week.